WUSA9 News at 5 starts right now with breaking news that impacts a lot of people in our area. A shutdown showdown on Capitol Hill. Thank you for being here with us at 5 o'clock. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
I'm Leslie Foster, and you better stay with us because this situation is literally changing by the minute. Just in the past 2 hours, Republicans reached a new funding plan to keep the government open. And WUSA9 has learned the RFK site legislation is not included in that plan.
Yeah, our chief investigative reporter RFK, he has been following this story from the very beginning. He gave us an update at around 4:30. And Flack, we know you've been on the phone for the last 30 minutes or so with your sources as well. What are you learning about where the negotiations stand right now and this current funding bill?
Just 24 hours ago that I was here with an interview from DC's mayor taking a victory lap about the district getting long-term control of that RFK land. Now, all of that is appearing to unravel right before our eyes. This all started late yesterday when Elon Musk, President-elect Donald Trump's pick to co-head the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, lambasted the spending agreement between Republicans and Democrats on his social media platform X. He was doing it because of add-ons to the government funding bill, including legislation giving DC long-term control of the RFK site. But keep in mind, the RFK bill does not include any additional government spending as all the others that Musk singled out. Now, ultimately, the funding agreement died. The one that included RFK became no more. Within the last hour, we learned that the replacement bill they are set to vote on at about 6 o'clock tonight does not include the RFK bill as the version last night did. Hours ago, Mayor Bowser was asked if there's anything her staff could do to save the government funding bill, which is also known as a CR, to preserve that critical RFK legislation and keep the government open.
We don't know what way they'll go. They can close it. They could have a slimmed down CR. They could have the exact same CR. And our message is the same, that the transfer of the RFK site to the district removes blight from the nation's capital.
Now, I'm told supporters of the RFK bill believe this version may not ultimately be the one that passes, which keeps slim hopes of the RFK bill alive. We're being told there's a lot of negotiations still going on Capitol Hill, and that if, in fact, the version that does not include RFK, the one that's set to be voted on first tonight, does not pass, that there is an opportunity for the RFK bill to be added back in. But again, so much fluid right now. We will stay on it for you. Try to be back here at 6 with an update. Guys.
Because this has got to happen by tomorrow, right?
That's right.
These lawmakers are leaving. They're leaving the area. So what is likely happening behind the scenes right now?
I think there is a potential that people, especially the heavy hitters, who are in support of this RFK bill, who have access to the deal makers on Capitol Hill right now, could be potentially making calls to say, hey, this was thrown out. It really doesn't impact spending. Can't we put this back in? This is a local issue. This is not going to be a federal government issue. This is something that only impacts Washington, D.C. Can we get it back in because it doesn't, in fact, impact the core issue of what they are basically arguing about right now,
which is
big government spending.
Yeah, so again, they're going to vote on this at 6 o'clock tonight. If it fails, they're going to negotiate again to try and get another spending bill put forward.
That's right. They're going to continue. They hope to wrap this up tonight. I mean, all the lawmakers want to get out tonight, so we could have a long night ahead.
Okay. Could be a very long night.
Yeah, we haven't heard a lot from President Biden or any of the Democrats as well at this point. So we'll see if we hear from them too.
That's right.
All right, Flack, thank you. So let's talk about 3 other things you should know about this new deal. First up, money to rebuild Baltimore's Key Bridge is still included. Second, President-elect Donald Trump says he does support this new plan. And third, as our Eric Flack mentioned, we are expecting a vote at 6 o'clock tonight. Of course, we will let you know as soon as that happens. And by the way, for updates anytime, just download the WUSA9 app on your phone and watch us anytime on the free WUSA9 Plus streaming app.